Hello. Today I'm going to be reviewing Chronicle of a Death Foretold by Gabriel García Marquez. I think this will be the fourth Marquez book I've read, and every time I read one, I want to read another one. They keep getting. I'm not gonna say they keep getting better. Sorry, I just have to annoy you. Also, finally incorporating the beer into the Books and Beer name. This is powered by Ballast Point's Sculpin IPA beer. Delicious and hoppy. So anyway, Gabriel. So this was pretty good. It was short, very short. I think it's more of like a novella. I don't know. But, yeah, it's a really short story. Essentially, it's about a guy. The narrator is sort of, he's like a friend of a guy who got killed a while back. And he's investigating how come no one warned the guy or stopped the murder from happening when seemingly everyone in the town, except the guy that was going to get murdered, knew he was going to get murdered. And that's the premise. That's what it says on the back. Because you know about that from the very beginning. And pretty much you just learn why he was going to get murdered. And it's not so much a detective story. It's not as much of a detective story as that description might make you think it's gonna be. It's more just like a story, straightforward. But it is kind of absurd, or like an examination of the absurd, or like people not really saying anything or not taking threats seriously. I don't know. It's really interesting. I'm kind of divided on what I think. I think it was written very well. I like his style of writing. I enjoy it. It's very kind of folk-tale-y, folky. I like it. And I enjoy the characters. They're not as developed in this because it's so short. But they're very interesting. And I don't know if it was just supposed to be a story or if it is like this examination of what happens when no one does anything, even though they can see trouble coming or like whatever, because there's so many characters who just like, oh well, I figured that they would never actually do it, or like I figured that he had to have known, so I didn't have to tell him. And it's like there's so many opportunities for this to have been like stopped that it wasn't stopped, and there's so many other things. It's like such a layered thing. You could get a lot into. Wow, I am very articulate today. It's probably the beer. You could get very into like the symbolic meanings of things, especially in the actual scene of the murder. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's like some symbolism going on there. Oh, so happy. Yeah, so as far as, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about without giving a bunch of stuff away. The writing's good, it's short. If you want to just start into the Garcia Marquez kind of realm, I think this is probably a pretty good place to start. If you're not looking to invest, 300 pages or 400 pages into a novel, this one was pretty good. It's a good short story. Definitely a lot better than Memories of My Melancholy Whores, which that one could be really problematic for people. I think this is certainly better than 100 Years of Solitude. That novel is just okay for me. I think this falls second, 2 out of 4. It is right behind Love in the Time of Cholera. I forget what I rated this on Goodreads. It was either a 3 or a 4, but I can't remember exactly right now. But I did really like it. I really enjoyed this work, and I suggest reading it. So if you've read it, let me know what you thought. Specifically, like what you got out of it as far as message. If you haven't read it, or if you have any other opinions, or any opinions about GGM or anything else, you can go ahead and comment This is like a really whacked out review. I'm sorry. And then follow me on Twitter at Books and Beer, books_beer, and sorry, there's a giant truck. I don't know if you can hear it. And then follow me on Goodreads. I'll put the link to my profile on Goodreads in the description. And have a good life and happy reading.